Let me start by thanking you for a warm welcome to your beautiful country. Kenya is an economic hub for East Africa, a stable democracy with a vibrant media and civil society, a beacon of dynamism and opportunity. On behalf of the European Union, it's my great honor to be here for what is a truly historic occasion. The conclusions of the negotiations of Economic Partnership Agreement marks a new and exciting departure in our relations. We are not starting from scratch. The EU is already a major trading partner for Kenya. To give just one example, over 70% of Kenya's flour production is exported to the EU, creating an estimated 2.5 million direct and indirect jobs in this country. And Kenya is the EU's first trading partner in the Eastern African community. Last year, our trade grew over 10%. Over the past decade, the EU private sector has made available more than 1 billion euros of investments in Kenya. During the course of my visit, I have engaged with businesses from both Kenya and the EU, and there is a strong appetite for boosting trade and investment partnerships on both sides. With this deal in place, we have the right platform to do so. Kenya's exports to the EU will be tariff-free from the day one after its entry into force. This means full and unhindered access to the EU market. This creates strong incentives for trade and for EU companies to invest in Kenya. Indeed, this agreement provides wider incentives for increasing foreign direct investment. It is also accompanied by the trade-related development cooperation. The goal here is to support job creation and sustainable economic growth, with a particular focus on micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. And I can assure you that those are not idle promises. The statistics prove that trade and investment grow whenever a country or region signs an agreement with the EU. This is what sets the EU apart as a strategic partner. We follow through on our commitments, and we do so while playing by the rules. When you agree a deal with us, you build a cooperation platform that is predictable, trustworthy, reliable, and mutually beneficial. In a wider sense, this agreement provides a solid foundation for cooperation across a range of important areas. This matters because the EU and Kenya are aligned on many global issues, ranging from a support of rules-based multilateral order to climate action. This agreement contains strong ambitions on trade and sustainable development. Indeed, this is the most ambitious trade deal the EU has concluded with any African country when it comes to climate protection, labor rights, and gender equality. This will benefit both sides, our people, our environment, and our climate. And let's be clear, it will also benefit our economies. Countries and regions that make moves towards sustainable development with the end goal of green and digital economic transformation will be winners already in the near future. The EU's Global Gateway is driving forward a number of exciting projects in this respect. Already, 3.4 billion euros have been mobilized to support over 150 projects. Those cover areas like renewable and accessible energy, including green hydrogen, electrical mobility, sustainable agricultural value chains, circular and sustainable economy, climate resilience, and environmental conservation. And when it comes to digitalization, around 500 million euros have been mobilized to support 20 different projects here in Kenya on connectivity, jobs and skills, and digital governance. We have also agreed that consultations with key stakeholders, including civil society, is an important feature of successful implementation of the agreement. So, in short, we want to offer our full support for Kenya's move towards economic model that combines sustainable growth and decent job creation with environmental conservation and climate resilience. And of course, the EU is equally bound by the commitments. We will work together to jointly live up to agreed obligations in the area of trade and sustainable development and provide support where suitable. By the way, it also applies for so-called autonomous measures of the EU, which are greening trade, for example, carbon border adjustment mechanism or deforestation legislation. We will work in close partnership with you on implementation of these measures. This includes targeted support such as technical assistance, technology transfer, extensive capacity building, and financial support. The objective is to develop industrial production structures that are compatible with long-term climate objectives. Finally, let me remind you that this deal is open for other members of East African Community to join. The agreement between EU and Kenya is in fact a bilateral implementation of regional agreement with Eastern African Community. This was agreed in 2016 but was not being able to enter into force. Therefore, the Economic Partnership Agreement, for which we have concluded negotiations today, has kept its regional characteristics and remains open to other member states of East African Community. The EU remains fully supportive of deeper integration of this region and as well as ongoing development of Africa Continental Free Trade Area. We understand better than anyone the benefits of breaking down political and economical barriers, and we stand ready to provide assistance and expertise whenever it is requested by our African partners. So let me conclude once again by repeating that what momentous day this is for EU-Kenya relations.